100%, but you kind of give away one of your wards to move their lanes around a little bit. And yeah, I think this is a pretty good choice. I don't think I've ever seen Weaver versus Dazzle mid. I think Weaver's gonna, I think he should be.
OG. I see the bit of a setup here, Samel. He's playing careful.
I'm intrigued by OG's draft too, though, because they also, looking at theirs, they don't really hit buildings. It's, I guess, like Underlord, if they win a fight, he's probably the best one, right?
Yeah, he really is. This guy, once he starts getting some of that...
mentioned it, they're just going to look to brawl. It's OG. They're going to look to just take fights constantly. That's how they'll get objectives. They're just going to outnumber you and probably just surround you. So.
Yeah, when they do group up as a bunch, this lineup from OG is going to have some serious force behind it.
Yup.
And potentially going to be pushing it at a point where maybe Weaver and Monkey King aren't going to be too scary. We'll see how well they do at the beginning, because I think, as you said, I think Koifa should have a pretty free time in the mid. I don't think this Dazzle's going to put any pressure in top lane. Mickey.
So if Koifa does go for the Sukuchis, he could get punished. So I think mid one should still have a good time, at least in the mid lane.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think it's very hard for Koifa to do anything aggressive onto the Dazzle. The Dazzle should be fine. I would be surprised if we don't see anything other than really keep it in there, attacking the Ember.
Notel's doing a good job of, he's even using cold feet on the boar and then just using his chill and touch. He actually gets a kill on it there, and it's a significant amount of experience, and they've gotten pulls already down bottom too, so you see their lane is at least getting a lot of XP. As
mid lane. I mean, I said I thought it'd be even, but Koifa turning up big time and getting the first blood on mid one. This mid lane, as you can see, already actually having a CS advantage, so Koifa definitely having the better time in this 1v1. So if they can bring him down, they've got the Jingu mastery up, and he does have the Boundless Strike ready to throw down Mickey, but at just level 1, he knows that it's not going to be... I mean, here we have it. The Beastmaster, Boxy steps forward. They throw it down. Cold Feet is going to proc, but he has the Ink Swell on him. The stun will connect on Samel, but Boxy, he'll fall. Samel also getting very, very low himself. Insania's trying to finish him off. He's juking through the trees, but indeed the ball vision will allow Insania to set up and get the kill. At the same time, up top, Liquid were also able to make moves in onto Seb, having that higher level, extra point in the Boundless Strike, meaning they had the nuke damage to burst him down. So for sure, a little bit of a worry for OG is their lineup definitely requiring momentum. I mean, any lineup that's sort of built around a mid Dazzle is going to need it. Insania, he'll dodge the Cold Feet. Boxy's going to try and find a kill in return. He's on top of Notel with the Ink Swell stun. The ball slowing him as well, as Boxy doesn't want to dive too far. The tower starts to hit on him, and he backs away, and indeed he's in trouble. Samel, chains connection, cuts him out with a sleight of fist. So whereas the other two lanes may have seen some fortune for Liquid, this bottom lane, OG cleaning up both of them.
I think Boxy just playing his hand a little bit too much there, just playing too far forward.
Top lane, Seb's in trouble again. They're slowing him down. TP's come in, but he's already been burst slow by the Boundless Strike. Seb will fall. McKay getting a second kill up here on this top lane. We'll
back up and go for that bottle. So he will now have that rune control, as we were talking about earlier.
Bottom lane.
On top of that set. And he's making a move. He's actually keeping bottom.
Well, yeah, Boxy, he's already gone down. They are going to try and find a kill in return. As you say, with these TPs, they can get revenge. They roll in onto Samel. They'll get both of them. Notel is surrounded. Koifa getting the double.
Oh, he tried to time-lapse back to mid, I think.
That would have been huge value. But
he tried.
Indeed, just... Yeah,
mid lane, mid one looks like he's about to get
chased. And
Frank, he does hit level 7, so he has Grave now available.
He's not even going to use it. Not even going to use it. A little surprising. He had a lot of mana. I mean, he would put that down to ping, I'm sure.
Yeah, he had a Fairy Fire too, so something
for mid one instead to have too much impact. Koifa will have that regen rune taken away from him by Saxa. And Koifa's moving over to help out Tiger. Seb has been found. He's trying to get himself a little bit of safety here back in the jungle. This time, the Grave will come in time onto Seb. Seb goes for the TP out. They will have the stun to cancel it, though. Seb gets held back. He will fall. They'll turn over towards Saxa. Koifa ready to clean up more. Has to time-lapse out and doesn't quite have enough damage to kill off the Rubik. So Saxa will live. But now Samel is in. Samel, he has a remnant prepared. Oh, back by the tier 2. Well, indeed, knocked down Mickey on the way past, which was a good job. Otherwise, Mickey may have been able to follow. Actually, I guess didn't have Primal Spring available, but still another trade where Liquid, they're getting the kills. Koifa continues to be incredibly slippery. They really struggle to hold him down, and now back towards mid. They're in on mid one. Of course, Grave still on cooldown after using it to save Seb. He's got no way to keep himself alive this time. Liquid bullying both the mid lane and the top lane, bringing all 4 heroes into this sort of area. OG are coming out with the smoke. Samel's going to try for a setup, but Liquid, they've got a lot of people here if they want to try and help Tiger. Tiger will fall, and maybe they could get more as they go over towards Mickey, even though Liquid, have a few here. Can they actually take this fight? They're trying for Saxa, but Sumail jumps in with the Remnants. Insania has the Ink Swell upon him. Sumail still got 2 Remnants to play with. Another Sleight of Fist brings Mickey low. Not quite enough to kill him. They're looking for Quakefoe, as Quakefoe is very low on the mana, actually. No. I mean, why
maybe
not? You know? It's...
I mean, maybe. Mid lane.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go. The setup's there with the snowball. They're looking for Saxa, but Saxa's able to turn with a lift onto Tiger. Coming in with a Sleight of Fist. Sumail takes down the Tusk. Sumail, you know, you can feel him, the power. He wants to fight, and he's going to look for potentially more here. Ice Blast doesn't hit, though, so doesn't want to go further. And again, just constantly using the Sleight of Fist. This maxed out Sleight of Fist that is harassing them. Quakefoe moves in onto Sumail, but Sumail is prepared. He has Remnants, so it's a little too hard for Liquid to go on them.
Mobile heroes. This Monkey King and Weaver, you see they're not letting down. They're looking to just keep trying to fight.
Sumail.
OG responding.
Doing an excellent job of getting the catches. Indeed, this Mickey Monkey King farming in a bit of a precarious area. They did have a ward down, Liquid, so I guess he just felt a little safer than he was. Reposition. Maybe looking towards this kill on the mid lane. We'll see how safe mid one plays it.
They want to try to get some more tower on pressure because they haven't even really hit this one. Now for mid one.
That's the brutal combo there, the silence into the stun. There's no chance for a grave. Sumail will be able to find the grab onto Tiger as he dives under the tower. So a trade is found. OG seeing if they can push in for more. Sumail, he's got the slight change combo, ready to go again. Gets the connection onto Insania. Another setup from Sumail. The Ice Blast flies through. Insania will die. Double buyback coming out from Liquid as they look to turn. They'll find Saxa with the Roar. It is just the Rubik, though. Ideally, with this 2 buybacks, they need to find something more out of this. But I don't think they will unless Mickey can find some sort of connection. He's there with the wraparound. Goes for the stun onto Sumail, but Sumail, he's already picked up the Arcane Rune and he's got enough mana to jump out with the Remnant. Sumail is fine. Tiger going in with a deep snowball move here. He's now starting to tick down low. Another Remnant in. Already he falls. OG Nota had the damage. And, I mean, that was a dieback from the Tusk. The 2 buybacks there from Liquid not working out whatsoever with the low-level Flame Guard.
Ooh.
But, I mean, even then it's just a low-level Seb. All right, they'll take it. Poxy's in with the Roar. Seb surrounded and instantly walks into his death. Liquid, they're going to start hunting for more in the trees. They'll find the catch on an hotel with the shards. Already, Mickey's starting to play around with mid-1 as Liquid. They've caught OG very broken up. And they're going to get the kills because of this. Mid one, he'll slowly but surely fall. The grave will only buy him some time. Boxy's the one to claim the triple kill. As OG, they just were not ready for that. Liquid just sort of just awkwardly walked into each other, and Liquid just ended up killing all 3 of them.
That was like the most perfect smoke ever. They literally caught Seb as he gets his Atos TPing in. He just gets instantly killed. Now Saxa has Shikuchi, but he's likely to go down too.
Shards are on point from Tiger. Saxa cannot get out in time. So 4 heroes, one after another, dying on OG to find this catch on the bottom lane. Knows that with the action up top, Liquid are likely to be low on numbers down here, and indeed it is just Boxy, but Boxy's keeping himself hidden, staying in the trees. No TP for 30 seconds, so this will be a bit of time where Boxy is forced out of the map and sort of having to sit AFK. Because he's going to try for Notel, but Notel's got back up with him. A bit of an ambitious attempt there from Boxy with the Roar. Notel's going to be saved by the grave, and Boxy's going to die for that attempt. Seb does get low to Tiger and Insania, but there's no further follow-up from the 2 of them. Mickey, does he want to commit to try and finish this kill? He's revving up the ultimate. The Soulbind's out. They'll lay him down with a Boundless Strike. Seb's getting low. They'll get the kill. It's a double for Mickey. Over to mid when they go in with the Snowball, cancelling the TP. They'll get a 3rd kill. Liquid will manage to get out on top of that trade. They do end up losing Tiger at the end of it all to the Poison Touch. Starting to build the numbers up, and they begin the retreat. Seb's going to be the one left behind. Boxy leads in with the Roar. Seb's relatively tanky. Tiger's going to roll across. Can they burst him down? They're bringing him low. Seb still alive. Finally falls. The Boundless Strike from Mickey comes out as after cleaning up Sumail, he's ready to move over, join the rest of Liquid to finish off the remainder of OG. Saxa tries for the TP, but Quakefoe finds him with the Shikuchi. Only mid one able to get out alive. Everybody else dies.
From Liquid constantly. This is looking really problematic for OG. I don't really know how they're going to be able to respond for this, but it's going to have to be some miraculous fight.
I'm going to try and have a bit of a poke onto Mickey. They do manage to bring him down. Yeah, Mickey just caught on the front. The rest of Liquid already bailing. They're out of there. And maybe Sumail could try and hunt for more. He's moving in with the Remnant. Tries to find someone with the slight chains, but all he gets is half of the Beastmaster's army. The rest of Liquid are out of there, but definitely a Bit of an orb.
Who's like got the BKB, and he's this very elusive hero. Monkey King can just sit in the trees. He went for the risky item build with the Desolator. So, I mean, OG just capitalizes on it massively. Now they're trying to go for a Roche here.
Liquid. I mean, they're doing it. It's at half HP. Liquid are heading over. They do have a pretty excellent team fight around the pit, so OG's got to hurry this up if they want to get away with it. It's getting low. Boxy's going to go with the Raw onto Saxer on the side of it all. Seb forces his way out of the pit. They'll look over towards Tiger. Tiger affected by the cold feet. They'll kill off the Tusk as well as the Grimstrap. Both supports down. Tusk buys back. Quake for committing with the BKB. Looking for No-Tail, but Mid-One's there with the Grave. Another heal, and the mech, No-Tail's going to be able to stay alive. Only Saxer going down, so a 2-for-1 trade. Buybacks obviously coming out from both supports. They really want to try and contest this Roche. Liquid, they're straight back in the pit. The Roshan's falling low. Is there going to be any intervention from OG? There is not. Liquid, they'll get the Roche kill and they'll get the Aegis. And still very much a hard game for OG. They're still at 8k down, and as you say, with these cores, with their BKBs, do pose a huge threat for OG's lineup that do struggle to deal much damage at all through the Magic community.
They have no control for them either, and they're elusive heroes as Quakefa, he has the BKB, and now they've got the Soulbind.
Yeah, the two-man silence. Look at the two of them down. Sumail's trying to get that bug off him. He cannot do so in time. Both Sumail and Seb will fall, and now Liquid can collapse on the remainder of OG. No-Tail will also go down. As we're seeing, yeah, Quakefa, if he can press BKB, he is going to live every single fight. And we're seeing that in the numbers. 14-0-7 on the Midweaver this game.
Yeah, he's not, I mean, he's had a perfect game, right? Like 14-0-7, he killed, he got the first, he did like everything he had to do so far in this one. Liquid have given up a couple kills here and there, but overall, they've kept their composure.
Now they're in.
Forward, the roar.
Boxy just commits straight away with the roar onto Mid-One. Mid-One's gone over towards Saxer. They turn. He's silenced. Mickey trying to dive in for this one. And with the slow from Insane here, they'll get it. 2 kills behind the tier 3s. They'll resume pushing. This game is getting closer and closer to just looking to be a little too much for OG's draft to deal with when playing behind. They're down 14k. They're going to lose this bottom melee racks. And their only real scaling core that's in an okay position is Sumail. He's going for the Lincoln Sphere. He did, I would imagine, see the ultimate orb on the Dazzle, knows that Mid-One is going to try and build this Hex to have some sort of lockdown before the BKBs come out. But before that Hex is going to be there, that Lincoln's will be complete. Mid lane, they'll look for the lead in onto Seb. Seb trying to keep himself alive with the Ghost Scepter. Buys him a little bit of time. Still though, Mickey's trying to close the gap. Jumps in deep. Over to the two of them. There's the Roar, splitting them apart. The Soulbind destroying both Mid-One and Saxer. Seb cannot get out in time. 3 dead on OG. Liquid are definitely free to just run down mid, take this tier 2, and almost certainly more. Sumail has been found with a Boundless Strike, does have a Remnant up. Tiger will follow through with the Snowball pretty deep, gets the punch up. Quakefa's in on top of Sumail. Sumail, he throws up the Remnant out, but his mana, it's gone. Sumail is dead. He'll buy back. OG still trying to hold on, but this game 1 looking pretty grim for them as Liquid, they managed to play this in a way with cores that OG's lineup just wasn't prepared to deal with. The lane setup, the mid lane and the top, this Midweaver and this safe lane Monkey King, they had a dream start, and you're seeing it now in the performance. 31 minutes in, 2 sets of racks to their advantage in a 23k lead. This game is getting closer and closer to being over for OG. I mean, it just makes sense, right? You know, this hero, if you get those early levels, that solo XP, you know, Shikuchi at Hurts, you're able to do so much from an early level, and you're such a nuisance to deal with. Mickey finding a beautiful jump in into the middle of 4 members of OG. Saxer goes down. Sumail and Seb having to try their best to retreat, but Seb, he's shut in by the Igloo. There'll be a buyback from Mid-One. OG still desperately trying to get something going their way, but I do not see it happening as the dive comes in from Liquid, taking out No-Tail. Sumail again in trouble. The silence from Insania. The Inkswell as well. He tries to close the gap on Mid-One. The root will hold in place Sumail. He gets another slider fist out, but he will fall up inside his own base. And there we have it. They'll tap out. It is enough for OG in this game 1 as Liquid. They come in with some smart strats, and it proves to be super effective. 44-18, 27k gold lead. This game, it was all Liquid. OG's going to have to come back with something totally different in game